Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Hey folks, how are you today? Ready for the weekend? Hey Tipsin, thanks for joining. How was your week? Oh, I think I need to change the name of Twitch stream, right? I don't know why it's not updating. Okay, I think the Twitch name is fixed. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Um, Mine was exhausting. I had some business travel this week. I hope it's not a lot of damage to a car. Do you guys want to keep the music on or I should switch it off? What do you prefer? Yeah, I know what you mean. I actually, so I am more than 30 years old now and I haven't got my driving license. For quite a while, I was like, I don't really need to drive a car. Um, and then recently I realized that I actually want to. So I'm right now doing the driving test and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, I will not be one of those people who reversing into other people's cars. Okay, folks, thanks for joining. I think we'll get started. First of all, there should be a link in my on my Twitch or YouTube for Discord. So if you're interested to be aware be aware of my schedule and be notified when I'm streaming, that's the best way to know that. Um, yeah, and I think we can get started. Let me see if everything is prepared. Okay, let's switch screen. Okay, I think we are good to go. All right, let me press the recording button here. Let's kick it off. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome everyone. This is Dmitry, and today will be another stream about DevOps and infrastructure as code. Today I want to step off doing some Pulumi. I think I will wrap up with that a little bit for now, and I will do some Terraform. I will probably build some simple module again for VPC because that's what I'm the most familiar with. But then I do want to focus more on Terragrunt and learning some of the things, how it works. Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't call it extensive. So I have extensive experience with Terraform. I have some experience with Terragrunt. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure I will learn a lot of new stuff today. But I guess we'll see. If there will be extra time, maybe we'll also add like some Atlantis or something like this. I don't know. But we will probably not get there anyway. So whatever. Yeah, so with that, let's get started. Okay, maybe actually before we get started, I will switch my screen here. And okay. I was actually working on my Pulumi module outside of the stream a little bit. I think it's actually in decent shape. So I haven't published it on PyAPI, but it is published on GitHub though. So if you go to my GitHub, oh, actually it's over here. So these modules that we were building on the stream, and then I did some extra work outside of the stream, is there, and it has tons of functionality. I am very proud of that work. That said, I was like rethinking some of the inputs a little bit, and I will have to do like some significant changes to it. So like I wouldn't call it production ready or something like this. That said, I would say it's also very close. Like you can build very complex VPC with this module today. But as I said, yeah, there are some inputs I want to rework before like I give this release. I will put this release on PyAPI. Mainly because when I was thinking about how do I do IPv6 properly, this structure doesn't allow it to be done in a way that makes sense, because there could be subnets that have IPv4, there are IPv4 subnets, there are IPv6 subnets, there are dual stack subnets. And with this kind of structure, I would not be able to do IPv6 only subnets. So I was like rethinking the structure of those inputs quite a bit. So I have to change that part with CIDRs. But other than that, like this is very comprehensive. I'm very happy with it. There is another thing that I am not happy with, but I didn't yet have kind of energy to explore this. Let me show you where it is. So there is this part with attachments, and with attachments you have to provide you need to reference some resource that uh, was not created in this stack. So for example, when we create the VPCs, your transit gateway cannot be as part of that stack. The transit gateway needs to be some other stack, right? So you need to reference transit gateway ID. So then the question is, how do you reference it? So that's a challenge for some other time, and I want to have multiple ways to do it. So I think there should be some syntax where I can replace any value I want with some kind of like ref SSM or like some stuff like this, so I can reference SSM parameter. Another thing that I also want to explore, and I haven't figured it out yet, I want to be able to reference any Pulumi secret, Pulumi ESC. So like I don't know how to do that in arbitrary structure, so I want to explore that. That said, Pulumi ESC is kind of like a separate product, so yeah. I don't want to explore it right now just because like I'm a little bit tired of Pulumi. I think I spent around 20 hours or so. I think I'm pretty good at it at the moment, so that's not something that I want to do. And then the last thing that's also relevant, and surprisingly that part seems to be easier in Terraform, is provider stuff. So in Terraform, you can say that some kind of resource you will use another provider. So this allows you to, for example, log into a different account for some specific operation. When you're talking about networking in AWS, there are kind of two main operations that come to mind where you have to do that when it comes to a VPC. One of them is when you attach to a transit gateway, you need to like do some routing changes on the transit gateway. So that transit gateway might sit in another account. So the way you do it in Terraform is by passing in yet another provider that can do this. In Pulumi, there are also providers, but I am not 100% sure how to express it properly in the inputs. So that's yet another areas that needs to be explored, which I haven't. So those are kind of things that are still on my plate. That said, I don't think they are that critical. So I think CIDRs is something that's critical, and when I finish CIDRs, I can publish this package on PyAPI, and I think it would be pretty awesome. This other two, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So this is an update on Pulumi. With that, let's just go ahead and do some Terraform, Terragrunt stuff. There is also this blog post that I will probably go through. I wanted to go through it a while ago, but I didn't. So there is Road to Terragrunt 1.0. It has been actually quite a while. It has been, what, 3 months, 4 months? Um, I want to understand where this is going. So yeah. Okay. So Terraform. Yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and run and build some Terraform first. And then I will try to explain what Terragrunt does and what kind of problems it solves. And then we can and then we can do some stuff there. All right, so for that I need another project. Okay. I think we'll have to do something like. Okay, yeah, we'll keep this Terragrunt directory. We'll need one more. So this will be in my repositories. Let's do Terraform AWS VPC. Have to do some stuff here. Okay. Let's open this up right now. Terraform AWS VPC. Now we'll have to open Terragrunt first. By the way, folks, can you hear me all right? Perfect, thank you. Okay. Terragrunt. No. Okay. Terraform AWS VPC. I think it didn't work. Okay, something wrong. Okay, all good. Right, so I have a folder where my module is going to be, and I have this Terragrunt folder. I'm thinking we will start probably here. We have here an example. We have here main TF, blah blah blah. We'll start with like pure Terraform, and then we'll try to transform this to Terragrunt. Okay, let's add here and receive file. I think I have a profile. I don't remember. I don't need this part. Let's get the terminal. Okay, yeah, I have this profile. I need to log in to my account. Okay, and I have my Stream Sandbox account. Okay. VPC. Okay. All right. So we have our account here. What else do I need? I do need to log in, right? I need to log in again. Um, oh, I need to create a new terminal. Okay, let's do again. Copy the code. Okay. All right. So what do we do now? Okay, we have this part. Yeah, so now we have to do the module part. Um, so let's quickly try to, like, I will not build the fully built VPC module, like very, very bare bones stuff that I want to add. I do need to reference documentation though, or maybe Cursor DBS provider. No, that's not what it needs to do. Yeah, this is incorrect. Versions, TF. Initialize. No. Dependency is a AWS provider. Why it's not generating code for me? Generative code for AWS provider. Provider dependency declaration. Yeah, something like this. Let's see if I have Terraform installed. I usually use... Oh, I don't have TFN. Why don't I have TFN? Oh, no. No. This is not going to work. Let's get the latest Terraform version from 1.5 branch. Yeah, I usually install Terraform with TFN. Homebrew, fine. Arch user repo, no. Okay, yeah, I think I can just run this. And then I need add tfbin to your pass z profile. Do I have anything in z profile? Yeah, I do have some stuff there. Pyenv, I still have their Pyenv. I don't use Pyenv. Let's modify it here. Poetry. I have poetry there. I don't use poetry. Okay. Yeah, this looks okay. Yeah, I need a new terminal. Okay. TFN list. No. Come on. Come on. Why didn't it work? Yes, this looks correct to me. Ugh. I don't know, I'm sourcing this file here. Okay, I will just add to Z shell RC. I can't be bothered to deal with this. I am. Let's just do this. I hope this will work now, because I can't be bothered with this kind of stuff. TFN, yeah, TFN fleece remote. Yeah. Let's do grab 1.5, and we will do 1.57. So I'm usually using the latest version where they didn't change the license. Because then you can like use this, or you can use OpenTofu, and it's the same kind of thing. Almost. Okay, so if I do Terraform version, this is 1.57. Let's change here to 1.5. AWS provider. We'll have to check what's the latest version of the provider. If you would probably want Terraform AWS provider. I think 5.7 or something. 5 point. Yeah, let's do 5.84. 5.84. Okay, that's fine. What else do we need? We don't need aliases. This is good. Here we can add current account. Terraform get current account. And get caller identity. I also like availability zones. It's usually useful. This one. Yeah. So this will retrieve the current information about the account and current information about availability zones. Locals. We don't. Yeah, I can do this. Count ID. Okay. So here inside of this file, we'll need provider tf generate. Yeah, something like this. We will use var.region. Here we'll have variables tf variable region. Yes. Yeah. Will not have default. You have to provide region. Okay, so here we will do soft link to another variable CF. I think it's reverse, right? Yeah, I always forget about syntax here. Yeah, so this should be the same as that one. What else do we need? Terraform provider. We'll not have backend. I don't care about that at the moment. Um, Here we'll need the module VPC source. Yeah, something like this. So we reference from this stack the module. We can add also output CF. I will have, let's just put some debug value. Something like this. Here we will also have outputs.tf. Say output debug is equal to, I don't know, value is equal to local.account ID or something. So I think we kind of scaffolded this pretty good. You will need TFRs maybe. Yeah, yes, you're right. We will need TFRs. So let's do what VPC auto TFRs. And let's do region ECU central one. We'll have a name of test. TF VPC, okay. Maybe test up TF dev, something like this. Okay, we have to also add this variable here. Okay, this looks good. Yeah, I think we also, for now, I will hard code some value just to make sure we can like get it up and running fast. Yeah, let me hard code some of this value. Yes, all of this is fine. Yeah, all of this is okay. We will make this into variables in just a second. Okay, so I think we are all good. Let's check if we can do caller identity to make sure that I can log into my account, which I can. We will do Terraform init here. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. Okay. Initialized, so I should be able to Terraform plan, right? Terraform plan. Oh yeah, sure. Name is required. Yeah, I didn't provide it here. I like this cursor stuff. Like it is making me productive that I don't have to go look up the documentation stuff. Yeah, so let's apply this as well. Okay, so now we will, like, if all of this is getting fine, is building fine, we'll go to our account. I want a dark theme. What? Oh, sure. Okay, VPC has been created, and our VPC is here. All right, so now let's very quickly make this module like useful, because this is weird. Right, so there are, I will like build only like partial components, and I will also give you like a sneak peek of how I will rebuild my Pulumi module as well. Because I already like tested this hypothesis out. I think it's pretty good. Of those kind of inputs. So there is a separate variable called CIDRs, and it will have two sections: IPv4 and IPv6. Um, and then something I'm thinking about uh, is something like this. Let's say 10, 10, 10, 0, 23 or something. And then one is, I don't know, 164, 0, 0, 0 slash 27 or something. And then IPv6. Like IPv6 I will not be implementing at the moment, but that's the idea. Um, the reason, so previously I was thinking that this can be an array, because this is kind of weird notation. Like it's almost like a position in the array. The reason why I think this is just a little bit better is because then it's clear to people which kind of CIDR you want to reference, like IPv4 0 or IPv4 1. If it's just an array, like you kind of have to ask people um, to kind of like know the array indexing, which is just kind of a little bit weird. Like I can put here whatever numbers I want. Um, so that's one of the structures that like I already explored, and I think either this or array for this is good. All right, so IPv6 I will not be implementing right now, and let's also add subnets, and that's it. So we'll have for subnets. Yes, subnets also must be. So subnet here, and this is also something I figured out as I went through. Uh, because I want to do automatic CIDR division. So if we go to our Pulumi module, so here in Pulumi, I implemented something like this, where we take the CIDR and then we do automatic allocation. Okay. So this doesn't work. This will not work if your input is a dictionary, because dictionary will not preserve order of your inputs. It must be an array so that we keep it deterministic. So like if you put a subnet int az1 first, this is what will be like get the first IP block. So it's actually very important that this is an array. So we will actually keep in structure very similar to this here. So it will be something like this. I think in Terraform this needs the stuff, prefix lengths. We'll do something like this. Okay, so you see it's like almost very similar to what we did in Pulumi. I will not be implementing this automatic subnet division because it's actually pretty tough. But I did try doing it, and I know that it is possible to do it. All right, so let's do what we will do it just manually. So let's just do 25, right? And so we will do what? Int EZ2. This will be 128. Let's remove this tags. We don't need this stuff. Yeah, let's mark that all of this is with Terraform. All right, so something like this is good. Let's get what public, the load balancer. Load balancer Z1, load balancer Z2. This will refer to public root table, which like doesn't exist yet, but that's fine. So this will be 11, 11. And then let's do two more for like attachment. So TGW EC1, TGW EC2. So this will be 28. I have to rework this log a little bit. 164, 00, what? No, 32. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, so we have to now rework this properly to reference the CIDRs. So this way we can create IPv4 or IPv6 subnets. So we'll do something like this. IPv4 CIDR. Okay. And for transit gateway, we don't need any root table. Okay. Right, so something like this. Let's do also ABC tags. Okay, I will not be implementing the rest of the features. I want to do some Terragrunt stuff. Okay. Yeah, let's create this. So we need, how do we do this? It's two variables, split right, and then look up here, and then map of strings. This is not a map of strings. This is a map of object. This is incorrect. Yeah, so this is map of strings. Oh yeah, this is incorrect as well. It should be like this. Because the idea is that you can create, like you can like allocate a CIDR from IPAM pool or some stuff like this. All right, so IPv4. Oh. Yeah, I think this is a little bit weird. All right, so we have an object in this object there is a reference IPv4 or IPv6. The IPv4 is a mapping of object where there is CIDR. Yeah, I think this is fine. We do need to make sure that this is what, optional. Optional. Yeah, I think this is correct. It's kind of weird notation, but whatever. Let's move description at the top. Subnets now. Right, subnets. This is a list of objects where there is name, there is IPv4, which is an object, IPv6, which is an object. Okay, by the way, IPv4 should not be optional. IPv6 can be optional. That cannot be. Okay. So IPv4, IPv6 are objects. We need AZID, which is a string. We need a root table, which is a string, and then we tax is an optional map. Let's do something like this. And then variable common tax. This will be default is empty, and then here is variable VPC tax. Yeah, something like this. Let's write our name. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good. So what? VPC ID, module VPC, VPC ID. Output here. This will be AWS VPC this ID. Okay. Okay, we applied it here. Fine. Fine. Don't need this part. What else do we need? Yeah, we need to change this part. So we'll have to we can do a local here. So primary CIDR. This will be, yeah, something like this. We can actually add the validation step to make sure that we always provide at least one. Let's do IPv4 CIDRs. For CIDR in... Yeah, so something I'm thinking about, I think I actually made a mistake. I think it will be better if it's array. Yeah, I think this needs to be changed to array. I don't, because otherwise we'll have to sort that array. Sorting in Terraform is bad. Right, var CIDRs IPv4 0 dot CIDR. Yeah, that's fine. I need to change these variables a little bit. So IPv4 is a list. This is also a list of objects, and this is empty. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, so let's do some more local stuff. So IPv4 CIDRs. No, actually I will remove this part for now. Let's go here. Let's say local primary CIDR tags. So for tags, we'll do merge. So first we apply common tags. Then we will apply the name. And then, so we have an ability to override this name. Yeah, it's generating something else for us. Let's see if this makes sense. So AWS VPC IPv4 CIDR block association, this for each. Right, so this is for IPv4. For every block, we reference to this VPC, and this will be yeah, this is incorrect. Right, let's do Terraform console. Yeah. CIDRs IPv4 links. What is going on? Var CIDRs IPv4 index operator must end with a closing bracket. It's slice, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's slice. Slice. Yeah, and this needs to be count. No, this is incorrect. So the count needs to be a length of our VPC CIDRs -1. Okay, and this will be count index +1. Dot CIDR. Yeah, something like this. Let's do Terraform plan. Can this solve it for me? Okay. Attribute root table is required. Let's fix that. Optional string. Okay, this looks good. Let's run apply. Yes. Okay, let's implement subnets and then we will proceed. All right. Okay. Oh, it generated the code, which I think is pretty good. All of this seems to be correct. Right, so this is awesome. I think the name part is something that I want to change. Something like this. Let's see if this works. Experience with cursor is amazing. What can I say? It's actually being helpful. For each argument must be a map or a set of strings, and you have provided the value of type list objects. Yeah, let's change this in the locals. So say subnets. Yeah, this seems correct. So for every subnet, we reference the name of that subnet, and this will refer to an object. So then here we'll say local, and then Terraform apply. And if we did everything correctly, then this should work. Subnets can currently only be created in the following availability zones. Yeah. It's because this is ID parameter. Yeah, it's actually very interesting. Like, it's even on relatively easy things, it might spill out some garbage. Oh, why did it cancel? Like, it was clear that this is a easy ID, and it still generated availability zone. And here it's the same thing. Like, it's clear that it should be IPv CIDR block, not IPv4 CIDR block. The CIDR is invalid. The CIDR is invalid. Yeah, I think I'm not sure why. There is a dependency here. Depends on this block. but I don't think this is the case. Let's see if our variables 164.00/27, and we are creating /28. 28 is 2 to the 4. This is 16. Yeah, that's incorrect. Okay, this should work. If this works, I think we are ready to go to the next stage, which would be this is broken, I think. We're just taking so much time. This doesn't seem to work. Okay. Right, so if I go to my account, I have my VPC, the stacks, I have my subnets from 2 different siders. Right, so that's good. That's what I wanted to see, and this VPC has 2 siders. Right, so this is cool. So this is like very bare bones VPC. It doesn't have everything, but it's a good starting point. So we have a module here. We have a stack here where we deploy it. Now, if you want to create another stack, right, we would have to like create all these files again. And there is also backend TF, so if you have to store a state, it would probably be like a S3 bucket or something. In that S3 bucket, we would need to provide the path to a state. I don't know, do we want to store it in S3? I don't even want to store this in S3, but yeah. So like that's yet another thing that we would need to reference. I used here a shortcut, but that's actually doesn't work in all the cases because not all of variables are the same. So I just created a symboling link to variables TF, but usually you cannot do this because you might deploy here multiple modules. So you have this kind of stuff. It's would kind of be repeated. You have your main TF, which would need to be repeated, right? So if I want, again, I want to create another one of these, like it's maybe example prod or something. I basically have to create a copy. So something like this. Yeah, something like this we would have to do here. So it's basically a bunch of repetition. It's kind of ugly, all of this stuff. So one way to kind of solve this is Terraform workspaces, but you will not be able to create different um, directories. You need to create a single directory. Then, like, they will pre-select a backend path for you, which is kind of annoying. You cannot do proper parameterization. Backend tf generate s3 backend for Terraform state. Hello. Yeah. So you have something like this. The key here needs to be parameterized. So that's probably one of the biggest pain points. You cannot currently parameterize the backend with variables, which makes zero sense. So this kind of stuff needs to be hard coded here. So like you have something like applications, test app, blah blah blah. I don't know, essential one, and then prod or test. Something like this. You would do. So then obviously this input is different here. So this input in example prod needs to be different. So this part, excuse me, this part is annoying. Your variables are copied all over the place. It's pain in absolute pain. What else? These files are the same. Yeah, all this is the same. The difference will be the vars themselves and the backend. Now, so with workspaces, you would put all of the CFRs like in like whatever place you want. It doesn't matter. But the problem there is really this backend TF file. Because there is no proper parameterization of this, they create a path for you automatically in the workspaces. So workspaces, Terraform workspaces, backend path. Checking what they're doing here. Terraform backend. Yeah, basically they like reference in different stacks, different things. And then they provide values directly here. It's kind of weird. Or maybe this is not weird, I don't know. So anyway, like with workspaces, I had like I don't know, it just doesn't resonate with me at all. You have to like there is no explicit directories for that. Terraform workspaces tutorial. Blah blah blah. Okay, so you have a workspace, kind of like Git branch, and then you can switch with it. And when you switch, this is what will like reference a different Terraform state file. Like, I don't know how people like this. For each environment, you can declare a TFRs file. Based on the workspace you are on, you will run and apply it like this. Then you differentiate this workspace in the code. This is weird stuff. Interpolation. Yeah, I think the biggest really problem with workspaces in my eyes is like this lack of expressiveness, if that makes sense. And like random Terraform state files keys are being generated. Okay, but this stream is not about workspaces. So let's go do can we solve this with Terragrunt. So let's pull up the some reference because I always forget. Quick start. Create the new Terragrunt project. Let's say you have main TF in the directory full. I think I don't even have it installed, but like, I don't know, this tutorial is kind of weird, but okay. Go to releases, download the binary. Rename the download file to Terragrunt and put it in like user local bin. Yeah, okay. So let me get this. Linux AMD 64 link. Okay, let's download this. Let's make this Terragrunt. Okay, and then move this Terragrunt to user local bin. Okay. Terragrunt version. Yeah. Okay. This quick start. I don't know. Full Terragrunt HCL. I know, maybe I should try it. So let's go here. Terragrunt. HCL. So they saying if I run Terragrunt apply. Okay. So Terragrunt apply. Oh yeah. Let me comment this out. Oh, I'm having some issues with my keybinds, but that's okay. Okay, so just in this case, Terragrunt runs Terraform. That's it. There is no extra magic. You might notice this is a little bit more verbose. Now, when you're running binary alone, you can pass the value. I don't know how to do that. New Terragrunt init unit. It's a directory that contains Terragrunt HCL file and it represents a single piece of infrastructure. Yeah, this is what we want. So let's start creating this kind of structure here. So let's say we have applications, we have our test app, in the EU central one, we will have an environment called dev. So here we'll put Terragrunt HCL. Blah, blah, blah. What do they say? From food to shared. Move main TF file from full to shared. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I remember that like you put some definition in the root, some stuff like this, where you reference the like main TF or whatever you want to reference. Yeah, I think we need to put it. I don't remember. That's the problem. I don't remember how do you do this. I think you put it like somewhere like here. Oh, this is not a directory. The inputs part I do remember. You can control the inputs path to Terraform configurations. Yeah, so this part is I remember. So this is where we would put all of our block. I will copy it from here maybe. So we pass all of our stuff, which makes sense. So this will be test app Terragrunt dev as well. Something like this. This is our inputs. That's fine. So this is full Terragrunt HCL. They also have full main TF. Yeah. I don't remember. I think you have to like do like find in parents some stuff like this. I think this is one of those things like where like getting this up and running is a little bit is actually like not not as simple as one might think. Like how hard it would be to wrap up Terraform with some extra commands. And even considering that I have done this before, I at this point I just don't remember. And this instruction doesn't seem to help me get closer to what I want. Okay, so here I can also reference the module. Yeah, this is very big bus. Okay. 1 folder, 2 folders, 3 folders, 5 folders. Maybe I should just provide full pass. Where's the full pass? Okay, I have my inputs. I still need variables, and I think variables is the only thing that I need. Continue learning and exploring. God damn it. Configuration. Learn how to configure. Terragrunt configuration is defined in Terragrunt HTML file. Is the same, blah, blah, blah. Include the root. Yeah, so something like this like goes, I think, up a folders and allows you to, okay, yeah. What is it doing? Root, prod, blah, blah, blah. Okay, services. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do need to do this part. Units. Okay. Consider the following structure: live, prod, app, main TF. Yeah, this is what you're trying to build. Unit is directory with Terragrunt HCL. That's fine. That's fine. Where do we put this one? Or I think we don't even reference. I think we don't even need variables to run smaller, fewer servers. Yeah, I think this might be enough. So we just take the module and we put in inputs. Yeah, maybe this should work. Let's add one more folder for VPC. Test app, EU Central 1, dev, VPC. Okay, I have my Terragrunt HCL file. We are referring to a module that is over here. For now, let's run this Terragrunt plan. Couldn't find a Terragrunt HCL in any parent folders. So I don't know what happened with my shortcuts. I cannot do some things. Where are the shortcuts? Comment. Is it maybe he just doesn't know Python or Terraform? Control. No, this actually doesn't work. I'm thinking that it just doesn't know how to reach HCL files. Can it be the case? Yeah, I think it actually can be. We need an extension, right? Where are the extensions? Okay, yeah, it was it. Okay. Ooh. Yikes. Yikes. Why it's using different Terraform versions? Yeah, this is not correct. I have to kill this. Okay. This actually seems like it will work. Maybe not. Invalid database region. Provider requires explicit configuration. Add a provider block to the root module and configure the provider's required arguments. Yeah, so this is a common part that needs to be shared. I think this is something that, yeah, I'm trying to recall. I think this goes to what, a region? Yeah, I need to change something around here. Let's start with the region first. Let's move this there. Let's move dev here. And let's delete extra folder. Okay. So then in the region, we can add Terragrunt HCL. And here we need a provider block. Terragrunt. Maybe AI can do this. Generate Terragrunt for HCL. Containing provider configuration. Yeah, I don't think this is okay. This is what we need. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. Generate provider. Generate provider. Alright, Terragrunt. Provider. Var region. No. Terraform provider as required version 1.5. Oh, I need to do now this one. Oh. Yikes. Do I need any variables here? No. That's fine.
He just followed.
Uzik, thank you for following. Okay, duplicate requires provider's configuration. Oh, I don't remember this. Oh, I think we only need this provider AWS region var region. Is this the only thing I need?
Uzik just subscribed.
Thank you so much for subscription as well. Really appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, I think I only need this provider stuff. They're actually saying something here that I didn't follow. In the future version of Terragrunt, this will result in error. You advise to use. Okay, they say use the root, not don't use this. That's fine. So yeah, I think something like this. Then we also need a backend that we'll have to generate. Yeah, I think it's time to do backend configuration now. So let's create an S3 bucket. Uzik, I'm doing awesome. How are you? Okay, let's create an S3 bucket here. I think we'll use central one as well. So this will be what Terraform state. You just call it Terraform state and then account ID. All right, so we'll get this bucket name. I'll keep it. We need to generate backend TF. Terragrunt generate backend TF. Blah blah blah. I don't care about any of this stuff. I don't care about this stuff. Just give me an example. Remote state. Yeah, I think I can put this in the root block, if I remember correctly. So remote state backend S3 pass backend tf sure config override bucket. Let's put the bucket here. Pass relative to include Terraform tf state. Sure, looks good. The region of the bucket is U central one. The log table. Yeah, we can also create Dynamo table. DynamoDB. Terraform log. Partition key. Terraform DynamoDB looking. Can use single DynamoDB skid on log ID, which is set as bucket name pass. Maybe I don't. Do I even need to create? I think Terraform creates a table, doesn't it? Terraform state look. encrypt Terraform state. Let's not encrypt. Okay. I returned back to roots. Nice. OSPF, BGP, that kind of stuff. Remote state S3 bucket does not exist or you don't have permissions to access it. Okay, so this is weird because I obviously have this bucket created. I think... What do I think? I think I need to copy this N4C file. That's what the problem is. I was logged in into different account. That's what it was. So Terragrunt apply. Bucket enforce TLS. You need to enable versioning. I don't want versioning, it's fine. Okay, this looks promising. Do you want to perform these actions? Enter value. Sure. Yeah, this looks awesome. I think we did what we have to do. Let's go here, and allow. Okay. Okay, we created our VPC. So I think it created state lock. Awesome. VPC. So now we should have this Terragrunt VPC over here. Terragrunt, yeah, which we do. So that's awesome. So let's create now. We have a subnets. So test app Terragrunt def blah blah blah. So now let's create a copy. Yeah, let's create now basically a new environment. So creating dev copy. So this will be prod VPC. So here we will change pretty much everything to .30. We'll change here from dev to prod. Subnets are the same. Oh, the just is the same. And right, so do Terragrunt Apply. Let's also add maybe the git ignore file here as well. Um, so I don't need the terraform.log. The Terragrunt cache terraform.log.hcl. Oh, yikes. Uh, oh, okay. Yeah, this looks very promising. So we now have a prod VPC here as well. We have subnets here as well. Okay, so yeah, that's awesome. So we pretty much only need one single root HCL file, which creates like some of the stuff like provider and remote state. Um, then and then in every folder we just have Terragrunt HCL file where we provide our inputs, and that's it. And now, like, our folder structure is so clean. It's pretty amazing, Cannot lie. Compared to like, look at this. Like, what the hell is this? Like, you have example here with like main TF, like provider TF, blah blah blah. So this file doesn't belong here. And then we have repetition of all of this stuff in another folder. I I think it makes zero sense. Um, okay, maybe. So I think we are actually like covered what I wanted. So I think like it's a little bit hard to get started. I think, but once you get to some point where you fix some of these issues and it's smooth sailing, um, maybe we can spend the rest of the time trying to find something more interesting in the docs. I know that Terragrunt is very, very capable of things. It's just I don't think I need any of those things, but I could be wrong. Okay, unit directory with Terragrunt HCL designed to be contained independently of other units. Infrastructure changes to units are also meant to be atomic. Yeah, this also makes total sense. Like this is like the way I usually call this. To me, this is a stack, right? So has a single state file. It represents some kind of a thing with its own life cycle, like VPC with relevant components. Um, and yeah, it's isolated in its own block. Um, you interface with this Terraform HCL file. Okay. You can Terragrunt has ability to download remote Terraform configurations. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. This is how I usually do it. Modules. Okay. Different variables. Yeah, okay, so this is what we have pretty much. There are no tier files. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Um, instead, instead you specify variables and then Terraform source. Yeah, I think this is exactly what we did, right? So we have source and then we have inputs. Yeah. Okay. Fine. All of this fine. This is exactly what we did. Mutable modules and atomic deployments. Terragrunt HTML file contains solely the source URL of the module and the inputs. Yeah, yeah. This approach really resonates in my head. I think this is good. Yeah, okay. No, whatever. Terragrunt source. What does this mean? Oh, you can. Okay, so this is like you can override. You can override this with Terragrunt source. Okay, this is good. Yeah, when you iterate on the module, um, you want to kind of reference this module locally until you get everything working, and then you release a new version of the module, publish it, and then have it in the tag. Log files, caching, whatever. Working with the relative path. So yeah, relative path is something that um, I think it might not be as obvious as one might think. Use absolute file path on a CLI. You should use absolute path. Using file path directly in your Terraform configuration. You can use hard-coded absolute file paths or it won't work on your teammates' computers. Okay, so there is a I know the use case for this, but whatever. Common TFRs, sure. Terragrant is private repos, yeah, that's fine. Generate blocks. Okay, yeah, this is how they did this provider stuff. Yeah, this is like very like different people use providers differently, so this also makes sense that you have some kind of way you define this. Okay, so they put this in F and HCL. And then you can like, okay, if maybe you have a different accounts or something, you can put this block somewhere in the structure which represents that account. I'm curious if you can reference some variables. That would be interesting, but that might not be the case. Okay. This is we did. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay, all of this makes sense. What is stacks? Okay. Stacks to rescue. Sets of units. Okay, so they call stack not what I call stack. They call stack a collection of units. You convert this to units, and then you can do Terraform run, Terragrunt run all. Okay, so basically it's just like orchestrator, like to run it in multiple folders. Okay. Yeah, passing outputs. Yeah, outputs is a big problem. So for example, if we have a transit gateway stuff, we want to reference this transit gateway around. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing this. Yeah, this should be pretty nice, pretty nice. I can create a thinking, is there an easy way to show this? Maybe create a VPC pairing. Can we create a VPC pairing? I think that would be cool. So dependency VPC config pass. Yeah, I think maybe we should do VPC pairing. I mean, that's not realistic in this example, but whatever. Whatever. Let's do this. Alright, this can be moved one step further. Let's do VPC pairing. So VPC pairing will be global because you can make this stuff global. For example, suppose VPC unit outputs ID under the name VPC ID. Yeah. Taxes at output you'll specify. Okay. Okay. Oh, this will be weird. This will be very weird. VPC pairings. This will be a list. And then let's say source, VPC ID, destination, VPC ID, dependency. So let's say we build a VPC pairing between test app dev VPC. And then this is prod VPC. We need to put correct folders here. Okay, test app. So like this, EC1, EC1, test app fraud. Let's replace all of this with underscores. Uh, then we refer to this dependency here. So source will be that. Destination will be that. Okay. Yeah, so now we need to write Terraform for this. Do we need to write? Yeah, we do need to write Terraform for this. Um, uh, okay. How do I do this fast? How do I do this fast? I'm actually thinking maybe I can just put main TF. Can I? I should be able to put main TF directly here. I don't think that should be a problem. We need also versions. Main TF. Okay. For VPC pairing. Provider AWS region. Yeah, this should have some different stuff, I think. Okay, I think I can just put it directly here for now. We'll need to. Yeah, I do need an example for this. Or maybe not. Okay, no, let me move it back. Let's remove all of this for now. Okay. Resource for each var VPC pairings. is the difference between these two? VPC pairing connection. Okay, I will just do something simple here. Okay, for each var VPC pairings. Oh, is my input structured? Okay, source VPC ID, destination VPC ID. Okay. Okay. So do something like this. VPC pairing. Okay, something like this. Okay, and here we say PCX. No, each value source VPC ID, each value destination VPC ID. Okay, we need variables TF. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is fine. So let's run this and see if this works. I don't expect this. Can this work? Yeah, I think it might. Unable to determine the underlying exit code. No such file or directory. Yeah. Okay, this looks like it might work actually. Let's do one more change here. Like this. The only concern I have with this, and I think you should be able to express it in Pulumi. Actually, can you express it? No, no, you will not be able to express this in Pulumi. because the changes to the root table should live inside of the VPC module, but then you create VPC pairing between two VPCs, and then you add a root pointing to that pairing. Oh, this didn't work. This did not work. Ooh, because here. The EU test update VPC upload VPC. Yeah. Yeah, you always have to run regardless if it's Pulumi or Terraform, because we have to create VPC pairing first, and then we can reference that pairing in the root table. And because it needs to be in separate stacks, I don't think you will be able to like wait for that stack to deploy or something. Okay, let's run this. Yeah, this looks like it works. The only problem is that our root HCL was not being used. Oh wow. Okay. Let's check the console. Our backend file was not used. I think VPC pairing was created successfully. Where is this? Where are VPC pairings? VPC pairings. Yeah, so the VPC pairing is over here. I can even do... Can I do this? Oh, okay. Yeah, we will do this now. Yeah, so VPC pairing was created successfully. Let's make it... Let's generate this name as well. And let's move this to a state file. Right, so let's do Terragrunt destroy first. So I think the problem here is this. On the other hand, the region was used. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's do tags. Yeah, let's do something like this. So source, destination, variables, object, source, object, VPC name, same stuff. Okay. Terragrunt HCL. We will refer to the same thing. Dev prot. Here we have to update this thing. Let's do output name, value var name. Okay, we have to rerun to stacks first. Oh, what the hell? How did how did our passage changed? Okay. Does this run all? Terraform init migrate state. Yeah, something is weird there with the state. I want to investigate that. I am confused about that. Okay, this looks good. I want to. Okay, let's just run this. Quote the strings. What the hell? What the hell is going on? That's fine. Yeah. Yes. Let's fix this. Okay. Okay, Terragrunt apply. So I want to check how the state is being stored in the bucket. Applications, EU Central 1. Okay, it repeats the directory structure, okay? Because I moved the file from like somewhere here, one level up, it creates this additional structure. Terraform apply reference to undeclared input variable. Yeah, that's where we need multiple. That's where we need multiple stuff. Huh. Okay, I will just make it simple right now and then move on. We'll wrap this up. Because ideally we need to reference to different providers. So that should be in the inputs. I need to be able to provide this. Like somewhere here I need to put a region. But for now I'll just say whatever. Or maybe we should provide a region. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Where is this provider? Oh, generated by Terragrunt. Okay. Oh, I see. I see what it is. I see what this is. It's over here. That's how it's getting generated. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I think here it would be better. Okay, let's move it around. Here in Terragrunt, we will not include root. We will gather this, put it directly here. So let's do something like this. And for now, I will hard code it. But ideally we need to be smarter than this. I just don't want to do it. We need to generate two different providers based on the input. Terragrunt generate providers based on dependency variable. Okay, this seems like this should work. Okay, And look at this. The VPC pairing is right over here. Awesome. Right, so something that I really want to do is to add a region here and then reference it. That would be amazing. If we can reference this input inside the generate block, that would be awesome. Let me think this for a second. Yeah, aws.source, aws.dest. Provider. Yeah, I think it's doable. I think it's doable. Hmm. Yeah, if we have a stack with all of the VPC pairings. Yeah, I actually don't know this part. If we were to, because then we have to generate for every single pairing, we have to generate a provider. Which could be a lot of API calls, I think, for authorization. It can also even go to different accounts. So that would be even harder. Yeah, okay, I don't think I'm ready to tackle this today. If I ever have a real need, I would be able to, I would look this up. Because like the source can be in different account and destination as well. So we need a provider for both. So there is source provider and there is destination provider. Not only region. Right, yeah. Right, let's see. Maybe let's read this blog post real quick and see what they are planning. You want to split infrastructure into small units and then manage this unit at scale. You need to do dependencies among units. Yeah, I really like this statement. I think this makes a lot of sense. That Terraform, OpenTOF are great to define. Terragrunt is useful to deploy. Totally true. Streamlined CLI. CLI is verbose and clumsy. Redesigning CLI. Redesigning CLI. In new list commands to discover unit configurations. A new run command that will handle run all and graph. Okay, this is cool. Because Terragrunt plan and apply roll of tanks honestly, we'll retain those commands but treat them as aliases for Terragrunt run, apply, and plan. Okay. Rontief, Lind, or Chekhov. Yeah, okay. This will be exec. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So basically new CLI. That's fine. Looks pretty good. Terragrunt, a lot of information. Hard to pass. Uh, forward forward TF STG out. Let's do this. These arguments, man, though. Forward TF STG out. Okay, colors. We have colors. That's good. Good. Yeah, I think I deleted this. Colors. Okay. Designing new concurrency model. Runner pools. Faster Terragun runs. Okay. Stacks. Now able to interpret common use case. We discussed that users often work with a set for usable patterns, complex application configurations, or new customer setups. Terragrunt stacks paradigm shift. Score takes all patterns that users are already familiar with, provides a mechanism of reusing this configuration in dry. User will soon replace majority of repeated Terragrunt HCL files with a new Terragrunt stack HCL file. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Terragrunt remote runners. So it relied on the Terraform binary. It can run Terraform in remote environments. I'm not sure what exactly would that mean. Enables you to bypass typical constraints. Okay, you can run Terragrunt in Kubernetes Pod, GitHub Actions, fine. Okay, I'm not fully sure what this means. Stronger Terragrunt community. Official Discord server. Okay. Oh, there is a new logo. Could have a great experience, backward compatible rollouts, will data new functionality. Yeah, okay. Yeah, seems like pretty good. The stacks are interesting. Okay. Terragrunt stack. Ooh, yeah. This is good. This is good. So you combine different units like in just one file. Yeah, this is cool. And then you like can pass VPC ID and all this stuff. This is moving up is a layer abstraction. Yeah, we build that. It needs units. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is what we kind of building. Dependency, blah, blah, blah. You might define Terragrunt code to look like slightly modified Terragrunt HCL. Yeah, this is what we did. Yeah, this seems pretty amazing to me. Like I want to try it out. Yeah, kind of like deploying instances inside of VPC or something like this. Source pass. Yeah, this. No, I don't have that much. I don't have that much patience. That's too much read. But the idea makes sense. Oh, and you can do nested stacks. Okay. Okay. This this has my attention. I do want to try this out. Instance DB VPC. Yeah. Okay. I think this is an interesting abstraction. I want to try it out. I don't want to read such a long blog post. It's just too much. But I'm liking what they're doing. So this is cool. Right, folks. I think this is it for today. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I'll go get some food. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I wish you a great weekend, and I will talk to you sometime next week. Thanks. Bye.